Hi, I'm Nicholas Tutora. Welcome to Tutora Time. Well, here's a strange story. A judge ruled against the College of the Ozarks based on a fair housing suit. The College of the Ozarks is a Christian college where there is no tuition. People work in order to go there. They work off their tuition, and they have Christian values and Christian beliefs. When Joe Biden came into office, he signed an executive order saying discrimination is not allowed based on sexual identities. And if the school doesn't comply, it will be heavily fined. There is a huge financial fine. So people who are transgender, who choose their gender, who decide what gender they are, cannot be discriminated against when it comes to housing. And a judge ruled against the College of the Ozarks because they didn't want to allow non-biological women into the women's dorms, the women's showers, and access to private facilities for women. Now, first of all, I just want to say off the top, I kind of find the suit amusing because are there a lot of transgender people applying for the Christian College of the Ozarks? Okay, let's put that aside for a second. Obviously, somebody did because it was challenged. So a Christian school is not allowed to adhere to their own philosophical and religious beliefs of what is a man and what is a woman. I mean, really, this is where this is going. If there's an executive order from a president of the United States that can override a Christian university's religious beliefs and religious teaching, hasn't our First Amendment been obliterated? Is that practicing freedom of religion? A religious school has a right to adhere to the principles that it wants. I mean, if you had a transgender school set up just for transgendered people and somebody wanted to come in and have a philosophy that it was against the transgender philosophy, should they be allowed in the school? Would they be allowed in the school? This is a very scary place. This is a dictator. I mean, Joe Biden, with the stroke of a pen, is saying he's allowed to override your religious beliefs. If you believe a man is a man and a woman is a woman based on biology, the state now, based on one person, Joe Biden's executive order, is going to override you? That is sheer lunacy. Yes, people's rights should be protected when it comes to housing, but also people have a religious right to practice their religion the way they want. All this identity politics and the trans agenda is really meant at undermining traditional religion in the country. This ruling by the judge goes a long way to the destruction of freedom of religion in the country. How can you ask a religious institution to violate its principles? There's teachings in religions when it comes to homosexuality and transgender and all this type of thing. So are people no longer allowed to believe that if they want and build their lives based around their religious beliefs? Is every church now who teaches that a biological man is a man and a biological woman is a woman, are they going to be prosecuted and persecuted out of existence? Is the state about to tell us what our religion has to be? Folks, even if you don't believe in Christianity at all, this ruling should still scare you because it's telling you that the state will decide what you can and can't believe. There's no reason that a school has to have this forced upon them. Race, skin color, things like that, those are actual realities. Somebody deciding what gender they are, that's something that a person is making that decision in their mind. They're making an emotional decision and they're telling you about it. Yeah, we should respect them, and you don't want to harass people because of how they choose to identify, but it's not based in science. It's not based in a physical reality. And a school should have the right for themselves to decide what code of morals and ethics they follow. So all the Christian women at this college now have to be subject to having a transgendered woman, a man who says he's a woman, living in the dorm, sharing their showers, sharing their facilities, their gym, everything. What if they're uncomfortable with it? It doesn't matter anymore. The vast majority of the population has to have their beliefs swept aside because a small percentage of the population says so. They're looking to declare religion homophobic, racist, anything else they can, and they're looking to do away with it. They're looking to get rid of the underlying foundations of our society. And our society is built on biblical principles. The principles from the Bible is what led to the Enlightenment and free thinking and the Constitution of the United States. It's all blended together. If you don't believe that we're all created equal in the eyes of God, then why do people need to be treating each other equally or fairly in the first place? Our whole sense of justice comes from the Bible. Morality comes from the Bible. And people say, well, you don't need the Bible for morality and all these various things. And they may have a point to some degree, but in the last few years, since religion has been under such attack, you see the depths to which society has fallen when they have no moral compass whatsoever. I don't know about you, but I find it really troubling that you can have a school where they could dictate basic facts. We're not talking about we're discriminating against somebody because of the color of their skin. We're saying that somebody decided in their mind and in their emotions that they're the opposite gender of what they were born into. And a Christian school, a religious school, has to believe that and go along with that? What about the Jewish schools? You could never get away with that in a fundamentalist Islamic school, that's for sure. And if America collapses and fundamentalist Islamists take over, there won't be any discussion about transgender rights. It's a very sad time we're living in. Up is down, down is up, right is left, left is right, black is white, white is black. It's all just mumbled up into one big ball of confusion. And Joe Biden, a president of the United States, with the stroke of a pen, decides that he has the authority to obliterate centuries, millennial, thousands of years of religious belief and religious doctrine. He has the right to obliterate that with the stroke of a pen. It is so sad. That's not the role of an executive order. People in the states, that school, they have the right to make their own policy. Yesterday, I had an interesting experience on YouTube. I posted a video about Jews being attacked by the Palestinian mobs in Los Angeles and New York, and the video was removed. There was nothing unfactual in it. There was no calls to hurt or injure anybody. There was no outrageous claims made. It was just my opinion on those incidences. But yet, the video has been removed from YouTube. It said it didn't meet their community standards. I don't know. I appealed it. I'm waiting to hear back on the appeal. But meanwhile, we'll be pushing things out, I think, a lot more on Rumble because they don't silence you. This is the second video YouTube has removed in 3 months. I just launched my Roku channel, Live Free TV. It's going to be a very exciting channel. We're growing. And it's going to be a hub for free speech, for political commentary, political content, candidates who want a platform to speak without being afraid of being canceled. Also, I love the arts, and in addition to many of the other things I do, I'm an actor. And I feel that acting has taken such a hit during these last few years. With all this political correctness, there's so many topics, there's so many movies you can't even make anymore. So on Live Free TV, we're going to have cancel culture free art. We're going to have a place where artists can really speak their mind and really make shows the way they used to without being afraid of being canceled. We're going to have actors having their acting reels up there as a showcase for their talent, and we have a lot of other projects in the works. So we're building a very strong network and a very strong base because we need to fight back against the cancel culture mob and the silencing of freedom. So go to Roku, download the channel. Also, you could find it at livefreetv.com. And in the URL, there's no E in the word live. So LIV freetv.com, livefreetv.com. It's going to be an exciting project, and we're just going to grow. We're just in our infancy stages. So make sure you reach out to me through YouTube or Rumble or Facebook and find out how you could get involved, because it's going to be a groundbreaking broadcasting experience. The time is now, and we have to fight this culture war because the entire future of the United States is hanging in the balance. I don't know about you, but I'd like to hand my children a free country, as was handed to me. I want a country where my children could speak freely and practice the religion of their choice freely, or practice no religion at all freely. We need the government out of the way. We need to return to the fact that this is a government by the people. Right now, it's not that way. America is fading fast. So stand tall because we're fighting back. Maybe this fight is going to make us realize what we really had all along. Maybe it'll finally make us value our freedom, but we cannot lose it. So join me here again on the podcast and join me on Live Free TV on Roku. I'm Nicholas Tutora. I'll talk to you again soon on Tutora Time.